Welcome to the demo of Dengue application for GSoC 2020. So as you can see on my screen, we are in the root folder of the project currently, and now we can see there are three main folders. The admin panel, which contains the React.js admin panel for this project, and whereas the Dengue app, which contains the Flutter community mobile application that is being used by the community, and the backend, which is the Flask backend that will be serving for both this admin panel as well as the Dengue stop community application. So for the start, so first thing we have to do is we have to start the server. So in order to do that, we'll just go to the backend folder, and then we have in the backend folder we have a script called init.sh is there when you are running the application for the very first time to do some initial configuration such as installing dependencies and so on. So we are not going to do that because we already have done that. So instead we are going to run this sh script, start sh script, which is a very simple script just to keep to run our server running. So what I will do is I will just type sh start, and that should start the server. So now it is running at this port. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up a new terminal so that I can run my Flutter application as well. So I have to switch to the Dengue app folder, and before running a Flutter app, sometimes you might have to do something, run a command like this: adb reverse tcp 5000 if it is executed properly, you should see 5000 displayed on the terminal, but I have already run that command, so that's why it's not displaying. But if you are running it for the first time, that 5000 number should appear as a result in the terminal. Anyhow, now that we have done that, so we can simply run on this virtual machine that I have created. So simply what I will do is just type flutter run, and that should run my application. So it will take a while to okay. So this is the application. So yeah, so the reason to run this adb reverse tcp 5000 is because sometimes the application might not communicate with this local server. So as a fix for that, we are running that. So first of all, let me create a new user, right? So we can just, since this is a community application, anyone can log in, they can create an account. So what I will do is I will just create a new account. I will just say Tony Stark, and well, the telephone number, so right now, actually another thing is this is all validated, so you can't have any invalid fields or values for these fields actually. So what I will do is I will just simply I'll just have this telephone number, right? So then I will just have a password called Tony1234. Yeah, also Tony1234. So these are also valid. So if I just type 5, that should not allow me because they don't match. So I'll just get rid of that, and yes, so I have successfully created my user, and you can see from my Flask server there's the create user has been implemented. So if I look at my database, so these are the current users that I have. So if I refresh it, I should see my new user here. So you can also see that password is also hashed and with a particular salt. So it's encrypted, and we are not storing just the plain string. So now I think we can log in now that we have created the user, right? So this is also everything is validated. So if I just add a wrong password, it should not allow me, right? So something has gone wrong. So just by removing that 5, I think we can just log in. Okay, so now we are here. So once we have logged in, so this is your home screen, right? So this is the event screen. So event screens actually shows the events that are related to dengue, right? So which will be created via the admin panel by the admin. So I will show how it is being created when we are demonstrating the admin panel. So so this shows like a particular summary of all the events. So these colors actually do mean something. So if it's green means it's like an ongoing event, so it's going right now. So this means it's already happened, right? So that's why it's like grayed out. Whereas this normal usual event is like an upcoming event, whereas a red color event is for a cancelled event. So if there's an event and that now it's been cancelled, you can see that from a glance. But so if it is not very meaningful, of course you can always click on the event and you can see the event status, right, and the venue and when does it start, the duration, and whom should you contact, and so on. Also you can see your location, right, in a map with this red color marker. So can do that for all the events. So you can see this is a cancelled event, right? So that's why it's red, and so on. So this is your home screen, right? So you can also look at your profile, right? So these are the things that we have given. So NIC number and email, of course you can give if you want to, right? So yeah, let's just add something, right? So I will just add 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Oops, with V, right? So I haven't still saved it. So in order to do that, I have to press change details. Then it's also confirmation. Yes, I want to change that. So you can see now it's being updated. So I have successfully updated. So the database should actually have that information. Yeah, so this is the newly updated NIC number, right? So you can also change your name if you want, right? So let me just change to this, right? So you can. So now if you just go and come back, it's your same thing. The same goes to your database, right? So your name has changed, but the telephone number, of course, you can't change because that's the field that which we use to identify a user uniquely, right? So based on their telephone number. So from here you can manage your profile, of course, and then so these are the incidents that you have reported. So right now you don't have anything, right? So what I will do is now is by just adding this plus button, I can add a report, right? So what I will do is I will just select Western province, the Colombo district, right? So this either you can type or you can just press this button, right? So that the phone can get the location from the GPS. So I'll just say yes only this time. So it has taken that, right? So then we will add the patient's name. Let's say Jarvis, right? And gender, we'll put male, and date of birth, let's just put a random number, right? So this is the description, right? So I have added. So then I can just simply if I said no, it's gonna do that. If I say yes, it's gonna send the report, right? So now it has been sent to the authorities. So the authorities should get that report, right? So we'll see that when we get the when we are demoing the admin panel. right. So now we have created a report, right? So now it should appear in my report. So as expected, yes. So these are the things, right? So in this is the description, and right now you can see the status. It's not verified, right? And it is pending verification because when the community sends a report, of course it has to be verified by an admin, so that the admins can get all the verified reports, right? So that they would get some quality data. So this is the usual functionality of a community application, right? So right now, so what we will do is, now that we have sent this report, so let's see if this report is being reflected on the admin panel, right? So in order to do that, I will just remove this thing, and let me add a new terminal, right? So where we have to start the admin panel now, right? So I will go to the admin panel folder, right? So we are here, so just yarn start would do, right? So it is running, and let's also switch back to our server, right? So still loading. Okay, so we have this. It's still not verified because still the admin hasn't logged in. So I will just logged in. So these are also verified, right? So yeah, you can see that, right? So yeah, we have the credentials. Sign in, so you can see, yeah, I have signed in. Some more information is there. So this is the dashboard, right, which an admin will see, right? So as you can see, so there's this dengue heat map where it shows a map of Sri Lanka, because I'm from Sri Lanka, of course. So these are the incidents that are being reported by the community, right? So actually this so the whatever the event that we have reported, it's not here yet because it's not verified, right? So once it is verified, only it will appear in this map, because then only we would know that it's a properly valid and a correct report and not a bogus report, right? So among this, so also we can see that we can sort. Of course, there are no central events, right? But if you put western, you can see there's more, and I think southern, yeah, also some, right? So southern, of course, should be in this area, but all the events are in this area, right? But anyway, so yeah, I'll just put all, right? So based on that, you can filter out, right? So and see how many incidents are there. So when it is like that, all the incidents are showing on the map like this. It also shows a summary of like how many incidents are there for each province. So in the western there's 3, so if I just put western, it should only have 3. So there's 2 here. I'm not sure about the other one. Yeah, anyhow, so yes, it could be because the community reports, the location is not mandatory, right? So if they didn't press on that GPS icon in the application, which is actually this one, right? So if they didn't press this one, there's no way for us to get the location data from the GPS, right? So then of course the location data is not there, but still there could be an incident, right? So you can see there are some pending reports. So this is 4 minutes ago, so that means this is our report that we have submitted, right? So Ironman start, right? So we just changed it to Ironman, right? So now it looks weird, but anyhow, this is our report. So if we look at view move, it should give, right? See, yeah, these are the information that we have input, right? So Jarvis, this, and the status is still pending verification. Of course, it is not verified, right? So yeah, and these are the location that the particular application have provided, right? So for now, let's just keep it closed, right? So let's go to this patients. So this is where all the reported incidents will go once they have confirmed. So we can see now if we sort according to the reported time, right? So our report is not yet there because we have not actually verified. So what I'm gonna do is I will just verify, right? It's gonna ask for a prompt, of course, right? So the idea is actually, so these guys have contact details and all that, so these medical officials should contact them and actually or either visit them or something like that and verify this report, and then once they have verified that this is a true report, they can of course just verify it. So then it is removed from here. So this one, yeah, let's just decline it, right? It's something else. So now I don't have any reports, right? So everything is being taken care of. Then if we go to here, right, so we can see our report is now there, right? It's pending treatment and the incident is verified, right? So if you want more information, you can just simply click on this, right? So like for each row you can do that. So right now, so it has these address and all that, so you can also view the location here as well, and you can also change the status of the patient, right? So now the current status is pending treatment. So let's go and look at our application, right? So now the user should be notified, right? So if we go here, now you can see the incident is verified and also now he's pending treatment, right? So now we know that the person who we have reported is now pending treatment, right? So let's say now that patient is being treated, right? So we can put under treatment, right? So it shows this is the new status, right? So we are going to change that status, right? So once this is changed, so you can see now it is being changed to under treatment, right? So the application also should be the same. Yeah, it's now the person is under treatment. If we go to here, and we can see now, of course you can't set it back to pending, right? Because of course the status can't go backwards, right? So therefore it should always go forward. So once you have put recovering, again you can't put the person into under treatment and so on. So anyway, we are not going to do that, so let's just close it, right? So that's how the whole incident reporting works, right? So now that they can always click on that and see the particular patient status, right? Given that the admins have updated it properly. Other than that, so there's also events, right? So like this is similar to the screen right here, right? So except the fact that they can edit the events from here, right? And also view the events information, like similar to like when we click on that, right? So it's it's the same, it should be the same, right? So the only difference is actually so when an event is I will get back to that when we are creating events, right? So this is the first screen that we have. So the second screen that we have is about metrics, right? So this shows various kinds of information breakdowns, right? Like for instance, this shows the amount of dengue incidents reported over the year, right? So yeah, so based on the, now for instance, now this is August, so in August I have reported 2 incidents, right? So in September it's 0 because it's still not there like that. And also we can see based on the age groups, right? So the babies, there's 8%, right? So another thing is we can also see a breakdown of this, right? So this is during the last 7 days, right? So this is the breakdown for last 30 days. It's also kind of the same. The last year, this is what it is all time. Yeah, it's like this, right? So it shows according to which percentage, right, where this age group is belongs to, so that the admins or possibly the medical officials, right, so they can get some sort of analysis or result from this information. So the second part shows the incident status breakdown, right, which shows like how many patients are under treatment, how many patients are recovering, and how many patients have lost their life and so on, right? So this also, it's very similar, right? So you can click on that. So that is the case for all these bottom ones, right? So top one is fixed because it shows the report the trend over the year, right? So this is also a very interesting chart because this will show different statuses over the provinces, right? But the thing is, so right now the data is not very it's not enough, right? So otherwise it will show like very, yeah, in a nice format, right? So for instance, we can see yeah, so these are the across all provinces all time. Yeah, we can see now yeah, these are not there. So in southern there's one like that, right? So and this is the verification breakdown. It shows how many incidents are verified, how many of them are declined, and how many of them are still pending, right? And this is just user-based breakdown, right? So that admins can get a look at how many users are actually using this system, right? So right now we have 2 admin users and 4 cabinet users. So this 4 includes like whoever that I created today, right? So there are 4. So those are the information that is being displayed in here, right? So then we go to, of course, the patients we know, right? So patients also we can search, right? Like if I just search Jar, I should get, yeah, Jarvis, of course, right? So if it's Alfred, there should be a person. Yeah, so there's Alfred also, right? So similarly, you can also combine it with different things like provinces. You can, based on the status, right? Who are the patients who have died, who's pending verification, who's pending treatment, and so on. Also you can sort them by date, right? So yeah, these are the 3 patients that I have added during last 7 days. So last month also should be the same, last year, so there's a lot. So all time, yeah. So this is also paginated, so you can just go back and forth, right? If you want more information, you can click on that, as I have demonstrated before. Right, so that is about the patient screen, right? So let's go to events now. So this is interesting. So events are some sort of they could be many things, right? For instance, they could be some awareness programs, they could be some cleaning campaigns, maybe some vaccination campaigns, anything, right? That might be against this, that might be actually not against, that might be used to prevent dengue, right? So what they can do is actually we can simply of course create a new event, right? So from here you can just go to event, right? So let's add vaccination program, right? So yeah, so vaccination program, right? So event venue, I will just add a MOH Colombo, not sure if it exists. So let's say we are going to have that on October 1st at 9:30 a.m. for 5 hours, right? So then coordinator name, let's put this, the contact is just 45678, right? So description, this is a vaccination program for dengue, right? So then of course we need to pick a location. So since this is in Colombo, I don't know, let's just pick a random location, let's say here, right? So then we can actually save the event, right? So event has been created successfully, right? So yeah, so it's there, right? Now this is also very similar to the events that are being created, not the events, the patient lists, right? So by pressing on this button, you can see more information, right? Like when was it created, by whom, and by which organization. Of course, so this is since we created this, of course this is created by our organization, right? So and so on, right? So if you look at any organization, I can't find, Anyway, so similar to like we can view the events location, right? So this is the place that we have entered, right? So it's there. So this also we can change. Now the now still we can see the event status is pending. So if event is pending, of course it's not showing up here, right? So for the event to go live, of course, for the event to go live, what we should do is we should go to change event status, right? So we can put it to an upcoming event, right? So because it's happening on somewhere in October, so it's an upcoming event, so I'm gonna change that, right? So now it has changed to the upcoming event, right? So if I go and come back, it should be, yes, it is upcoming event. So now that should be reflected on the application, right? Because it's an upcoming event. So if we take the, now we can see there's a new event, right? So the vaccination program, right? So it's an upcoming event, right? So in Morris Colombo, duration 5 hours, right? So the location is also there, right? So yeah, so now they can see the new event, right? So like that. So in here also, if it's cancel event, you can see it's like showed in red, right? Because this not only just shows your event, but it shows the events from all the other admins or organizational units, right? So that's why we have this organizational name, province, and so on, right? So since my user is tied to that organization, so we get this information, right? So this is also very similar. We can search, right? So vaccination, yeah, you can see that, right? So we are getting that. So based on the province, so everything is same, right? So last 7 days, yeah. So like that you can sort things, and yeah, so they will be shown here, right? So this is the event that I have created right like few minutes ago. So right, so it's an upcoming event. It happens in a month, right? So because it's in 1st of October. So you can see, yeah, these are the event details, right? So it was created from our window, that's me, right, on this date and so on. So yeah, so one thing to yeah, so that's it. Yeah, so we can put this information. So finally what we can do is, of course, users can log out using this logout button, right? So it asks for a prompt, you can just say yes, log out, right, and we are back to the home screen. So similarly in here also, right, we can just click here, yes, prompt it, and we are back here. So that's it for the demonstration of the Dengue Stop application. Thank you very much for watching this video, and have a nice day.